Hello, hello, hello. I know you miss me, but I always tell you, I always come back. I'm so glad that you decided to join us on Each One, Teach One podcast. I am your host, the fabulous Camille Robb. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get down to business. So, we're going to be meeting a beautiful light of a woman. She have devoted her entire life making sure children are at their best. And I cannot wait for you to meet her. And she's going to be teaching a little something, but you'll hear at the end. We're just going to give you a little bit of what she's going to be teaching. But tonight, I want you to welcome on the front of the room, the one and only Miss Vera Chalmers. Come on over. Come on, come on, come
Hi,
on.
hi, hi. How are you? I am so excited to be here.
And I was so excited to be on your show. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to have her on my
Yes, and you
show.
were awesome on my show. I still
Oh,
got to put it on the podcast. Well, that's a
but,
whole nother story.
but you know what? You make it so comfortable for people to come on your show and just have a conversation. And that's what I love about this. We just having a conversation, learning
Yes,
a little bit more about each other and who we are.
yes.
Now, what I want you to do is share with my audience a little bit about your business and how it's impact people.
Well, my business, Instilling Greatness, is designed to instill greatness in children, parents, fathers, and adults. And I also work with senior citizens. And what I do, I just want people to really recognize their greatness by looking at unresolved issues that may be impacting them. When you think about two-thirds of adults who have unresolved issues, those issues stem from their childhood.
Wow.
So being able to recognize the things that we haven't overcome, and yet we're parents, and in many cases, we are taking into our parentinghood our own experiences with our parents. And
Mm.
oftentimes, those things are not congruent with helping a child to be all that they can be, because oftentimes parents don't feel they're all that they can be. And
That is so
so,
true. That is so true.
and
So true.
so my purpose and my passion is to uplift, encourage, motivate, inspire, and educate. That's what I do.
Oh, educate. You hear that? That means she's always making sure you hear the right things and keep up with all the right things. Okay? She's going to educate you. I love it. I
Educate.
love it.
I'm going to educate.
You got to educate it. I love it. I love it. Now, what do you love most about what you do?
I love seeing lives change. I love seeing when a child comes to me. Example, I have one young client. He wanted to be a public speaker. However, he had a speech impediment. So when he came to me, his confidence was really low
Hmm.
because of the speech impediment. And he had a sister. I coached both him and his little sister, who was effervescent, full of life, had no problems, and I'm wondering why am I working with you? You got it all together. But anyway, I was able to help her even be more effervescent. And the little boy, by the time we were about to finish, it was a 6 week, we met weekly for 6 weeks. And the last 2 weeks, I told him, I said, okay, I want you to design a speech and present it to me for our last session. This little boy wrote this speech. And a part of what he said in his speech, and he said it just like this: it's your mindset, your mindset. And
I love that.
yes, and his speech was so powerful that even in with some little difficulty, you could understand what he was saying. And he was so confident, and these kids were from Canada. And now, I mean, they're really doing well. Their mother has really done an awesome job with providing opportunity for them to follow their dreams, which
Oh.
is what I want parents to do with all their kids. It's so important.
Yes, they don't understand that. And we will get into that too. We'll definitely get into that. Now, there's something in your past that happened that you thought you'd never survive. Can you
Oh
share a
my
little bit
God.
about that?
Well, first of all, growing up, I was told things like, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're fat, you're ugly, you're nothing, you'll never be
Uh-uh.
anything. And that was devastating for me. And I remember as a child, I would cry and pray and ask God, what is my purpose? Why was I born? Because I just felt rejected. So in
Mm-mm-mm.
so many ways. That's why I do what I do with kids and parents, because I want them to recognize the impact that they can have on a child's life. So I would say growing up, I didn't think I'd ever get past all those negative tapes. However, I did. And now I can teach others to do the same, which is so exciting.
Woo!
One of
I,
the things that really helped me, I was introduced to a book called The Magic of Believing. And that book talked about acting the way you want to be, fake it till you make it, and affirm how you want to be. And I would fall asleep at night saying, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. Literally fall asleep at night saying that. And then also in that book was a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. And she said, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. When I recognized that, I also recognized that it didn't matter what other people said about me. It didn't matter how
that's
other
for
people felt
sure.
about me. All that matters is what do I say to myself and how do
That's
I
it.
see myself and how do I feel about me?
That's it. That is it in a nutshell. It's about I feel about myself, not about how or what you say about me. Now
Absolutely. But children don't realize that. You
we
know,
have to work on that. We have to
that's
help
why we
them.
have to teach them and help them.
That's it. And we will be doing that. Now, tell me something funny that happened to you in the past that you're still laughing about it.
There was a situation. I went to a water park with some kids, my niece, and so I go down the water slide and I'm laying in the water and I think I'm drowning. And these little kids are looking at me like, what's wrong with you? I mean, I thought I was drowning. And then somebody said, stand up. And the water was at my ankles. And my niece, she just stood on the back on the side. She was laughing so
Oh
hard. I was so embarrassed. And these kids are looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
my
Yes.
God.
It's an embarrassing story, but and it happened. What can I say? Because I can't float, but I really can't swim.
Uh-oh.
I have no
Uh-oh.
coordination with my hands and my feet. Okay. I can't get them together. And so being in that water and just doing like this, and they said, stand up.
Oh my God. And I feel bad for you.
Well, I had not been to a water park before.
Oh my
And I didn't realize that the water was at your ankles. Oh,
But
anyway, that's my funny story that I still tell to this day.
and it well, it still have me laughing,
Yeah,
because it's funny.
it is funny.
But you see, you put yourself in a kid position because they say when parents throw the kids out in the water, that's how they feel. So you just felt like you were a child.
Right, right,
You
right.
don't know how you got there, but I know I feel like I'm drowning.
Right, I did. I felt like I was drowning. I felt like I was drowning. I really did. I know this is a terrible story to share.
No, it's not. Actually, it's not. It's not. Now, I wanted to ask you another question. Out of all the shows that you have done, because we're you and I are on Children Life Matters,
Yes.
and we have been interviewed by several. We have been on several different shows. What makes it such a beauty to have those ladies together and sharing their expertise?
Sharing expertise, but yet all of us, we just have a connection. And all of us are experts in our fields. And so being able to come together with no competition or no
Exactly.
feeling like she does this and she does that, and we just have a beautiful, and the producer Angela, she recruited each of us individually, and I was so honored that she asked me to be a part of this magnificent team. The beauty of it is a diverse team, and so we can reach children and parents
Yes.
across the board, across the board. And that's the other beauty and the subject matter. Our intent is to really educate parents, not to belittle them or make them feel bad about how they're raising their kids, just helping them to understand when we know better, we do better.
Do
And we
better.
just
That's
want to
right.
help people know better.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. And now that we have made a little change in our name, we're going to be on all social media all over
Yeah.
the globe. We're going to
Wow.
be sitting in front of millions of people.
It's
This is,
amazing.
and it's going to be unfiltered parenting.
Parenting. Yes.
Ooh, we.
Yeah.
So
Unfiltered.
we get it. We get to just, it says unfiltered. I mean, we don't hold anything back.
We hold nothing
We
back.
just let it rip.
Yes. Yes.
And I
Yes.
am so looking forward to it. I am
I
so
am
looking.
too. I'm really excited. And then to know that we're going to do this live in New
Oh my God.
oh, is it California or Las Vegas?
I think it's California, they said.
Okay. All right.
I think it's
Awesome.
California, they say. So I'm looking forward to it. What whatever happen will happen, and I
Yes.
cannot wait.
Yes. I
I'm
can't
excited about
either.
it. I'm
I
excited
am
about it.
too. I really am.
Well, I have two more questions I wanted to ask you. But before I
Okay.
ask you those two questions, now, um, the name of your show,
Vera
why
Thomas show.
the Vera Thomas Show, all right? And you never mentioned it, so I wanted to hear a little bit about the Vera Thomas Show because you never mentioned it.
Oh, well, my show it also is designed to uplift, encourage, motivate, inspire, and educate. So my guests do that. And we focus on a myriad of topics from parenting to entrepreneurship, authors, politics, because that is an area of concern for me. Um, and so I have different guests come on, and we just dialogue and talk about what's going on and talk about what it is that they're doing and how it's impacting lives and things of that nature. I started my show 5 years ago, And the story behind my experience here, when I was young, my mother was the first Black to have a radio show in Canton, Ohio. She
What?
got
I didn't know that.
Yes, and she got sick and taught me the ropes. And so when she died, I took over her show. But because of politics, I I lost my show.
Oh
And
no.
and so, that, and I felt really bad about it. But hey, I had no control over it because it was a matter of integrity and principle. And I chose that over staying at the station. When
Okay.
I moved to Georgia, I went to a networking meeting and there was a guy there that had a platform. And he asked me, he said, "Would you be interested in having your own show?" I was like, "Yes." And so I started the show, and my show is really dedicated to my mother.
Oh,
And so I do my show now. When my mother, she had a gospel show where she spun gospel records and shared what was happening in the community, and she would maybe sometimes have a guest. But my show is primarily I have guests, and we talk about
conversation.
whatever conversation. It's all about conversation.
That's it. It's all about conversation. Now,
Yes,
this show is called Each One Teach One podcast, right? And we have a summit coming up, but you're going to be teaching a little bit of your expertise. So
yes.
I want you to share with the audience, right? Share with the audience just a little bit. Don't give them too much. We don't want to spill the bean. Just give them a little enough for them to know what you're going to be teaching when they see you
Well,
next.
the best way for me to describe what I'm going to be talking about is based on a poem that I wrote when my son was 6 years old. He's 41 now, will be 42 this year. And it's a poem that I wrote for myself to help me recognize the type of mother I need to be. And it is a poem that I share in my training programs and with parents and teachers. Children are people too. Show them the good inside of you. Give them praise for tasks they do. See their light shine bright through the light which comes from inside of you. Children need all we desire so much: the love, the hug, the kiss, the tender touch. The attitudes we express to them are the messages they learn to send. From examples like you and me, our children grow to be what they see. Do you show hatred, indifference, or love? Do you yell and scream no matter what in spite of? Have you shared kind words with your child today? Have you truly listened to what they had to say? Or did you just ignore and continue on your way, hoping they get the message and go somewhere and play? Children are an extension of all that we are, and the most valued God given gift by far. There are so many things they must grow to understand. We must guide and lead them with loving, outstretched hands. Teach and treat children as people too. See their light shine bright through the light which comes from inside of you. So, my presentation at this conference is going to be talking about little bits and pieces that are in that poem. We're going to talk about the impact of yelling and the impact that it has on a child, but also the impact that yelling has on the person that's yelling. We're going to
Hmm.
talk about that. We're going to talk about parental styles and the impact of those styles and what happens as a result of various different styles. Now, I only have 12 minutes, so that will probably be the extent of what I talk about.
All right. Well, I am so excited to have you. And thank you so much for taking time out to come and, connect here with me. I
Well,
so
I am
appreciate it.
honored. I am honored that you asked me. I am honored to be your friend. I am honored to be a co-host with you. And I am just in awe of all the things that you are doing. You are truly a blessing and a international blessing to so many. And I just love you, Camille. I really do. And I just think you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for that. You warm my up, Miss Vera. You
Well,
warm my heart.
well, it was from my heart. Okay.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But you know what, guys? I am so excited to have my friend today. And before she goes, I want her to say to you exactly what and how people can get in touch with her.
You can get in touch with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you go to bit.ly/Vera Thomas, that's streaming right now, then there are gifts that I have in that link. One is how to prevent your child from being a bully. One, tips for fathers. And another, bullying in the workplace and the psychological manipulations that exist in the workplace. You can go to that link and pull all of those gifts. You can also schedule to meet with me, and you can check out my social media.
Oh, oui. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Now, you guys have heard it all here. And I want you guys to tell Miss Vera thank you, and you'll see her. She'll see you at the summit.
Yes, I'm
So,
excited. I would like to conclude with, we're almost done, right?
yes, we're almost done. We have a few more minutes.
Okay, well, what I'd like to do, because I work with parents and I work with fathers, and I actually have a fatherhood preview coming up next Wednesday, actually, where I at here in Canton, and it's called Nurturing Relationships, Strengthening Bonds, and it's based on this poem that I am going to share with you now. Father, provider, protector, role model for a son, the image of the man that will be the husband of your daughter when that time comes. What's best for your children should be concern number one, regardless of any obstacles a father must overcome. Sometimes the injustices of our society towards many of our fathers can make it hard to stand, but you got to stand and be a man and a father to your children in every way you possibly can. Demonstrate their worth through you by the words that you say and the things that you do. Don't ever put your children down or call them out of their name. They may become whatever you claim. Lift them up to higher ground. Let their inner beauty be seen, be found. Show them and tell them how special they are. Be the light. Be the light. Be the light to take them far. Show them and tell them how much you really care and let them know no matter what, you will always, in all ways, be there. Pray that our fathers will be guided by the light to lead their children in the ways that are right.
I'm speechless. I am speechless. I cannot wait for you to teach. I cannot wait. I am so looking forward to this. This is
Well,
going to be the
thank
highlight.
you. Oh,
I
thank
cannot
you. I'm
wait.
looking forward to it. I really am.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Well,
I can
thank
wait.
you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much
having
again for
me
coming.
here.
Thank you
Yes, well,
so much for coming.
well,
I
thank
appreciate
you for
it.
having me.
All right. Now, you guys, you see what I'm talking about when I tell you we have the right people that's going to be on this podcast. So now I have to go, but I'll see you guys next week. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay absolutely fabulous. And see you guys soon.